Yesterday I covered most of episode 1. Here's what was left, which ties in here. The Airbender has been found up on top of a bridge, terrified he's going to hurt people. Korra convinces him there are those who can help him, though, gets him down, after which the president tells Korra to get the fuck out of the city before she does something else. Thus, we have her plotline. She's going to join Tenzin and search the world for more Airbenders. But there is one other point. There's a really elaborate prison, and a bunch of benders in the White Lotus go inside to feed Zahir, who apparently is a scholar, as he's read the works of the great Airbender guru Lahima.
It is said that he unlocked the secret of weightlessness and became untethered from the earth.
Made a killing on those carnival guys who tried to guess his weight. This is relevant because he's one of the new Airbenders and uses the ability to escape his cage and lock up the White Lotus. With that, we now start episode 2. Asami shows up with an airship for their search, and Mako shows up to be awkward at them.
Once I received your message, I proceeded to contact various locations within the Earth Kingdom as ordered by you, the Avatar.
I have, as per my duty, brought you this thing.
I know things have been weird between us since we broke up.
Like just now. Mako doesn't feel he can come on this trip, and Bolin has to go chase him down. After some persuasion...
Why, Mako? I can't go on! I can't... And then she dies.
He agrees to come. He's got a map of places where Airbenders have been sighted, so they can hit these towns on their way. While they see to that, there's another White Lotus prison, this one made of wood and in the middle of the sea. Well, Zahir is here to visit, with a present. It's not a saw baked into a cake, but it'll have to do. The guy, Gazan, is an earthbender, and not just any old earthbender, a lava bender. So just a few rocks are all it takes for him to cut through a wooden wall like he's got a lightsaber. So while Gazan and Zahir take off, Team Avatar meets the new Airbender, a farmer, which is when we get to the point I said we'd tabled.
You're going to help us rebuild the Air Nation.
I'm gonna do what now?
Yeah, funny thing. Turns out that X on the map has a mind of its own.
Well, I can't do that. I have a family and a farm.
Of course you can come. This is of the utmost importance.
This is another aspect of what I was talking about last time. The thinking is so big that it betrays a disregard for the people who are small. The ones pushed from their homes, the ones whose entire lives have been destroyed. And now, the idea that everyone is going to abandon lives they've built in order to head to the air temples just because you think they should? And then there's also...
Actually, this bald man does want to take him, but it's for an important cause. Your dad is an airbender, and he should learn about his culture.
But that's not his culture. It's not even his ancestors' culture. Look, take a look at Mako, much as we might not want to. He's a firebender. Yet he's here with Bolin because he said he might find their paternal grandmother in Ba Sing Se, who is Earth Nation. As someone of mixed background, it's for Mako to choose. Maybe he sees himself as an Earth Nation, maybe Fire Nation, maybe both. But it's his identity. It's his choice. Likewise, if someone identifies their culture as Earth Nation, then even if they can airbend, no one has the right to pressure them to forgo their identity as Earth Nation. You can offer it, certainly, but that's all. Fortunately, Tenzin sees reason, refusing coercion or Bolin's suggestion to kidnap him.
We've tried it your way, and people just don't seem to be responding. It's time for a little tough love.
For fuck. The next one we visit is someone who needs to sort his life out. He's living with his parents still. No shame in that in and of itself, but it is when you're not doing anything with your life. His mom is anxious for him to get the hell out already, but he's not receptive to this whole Air Nation thing, and Korra's bullying isn't changing his mind. Her attempt to Shanghai him ends with Mako and Bolin having to take her away before they're all arrested. I mean, it would look bad if they locked up the Avatar for human trafficking. Well, Zahir works on rescuing the third of their party, a double amputee waterbender, kept in a cage in the Fire Nation. Naturally, some water is dropped her way, and she does her thing to escape. Nothing to really add. Let's get back to the recruitment. At this point, they're so desperate, they try Bolin's plan to use showmanship to convince Airbenders to join.
We've heard that an escaped firebending convict has been spotted near here. Now, I don't want to panic anyone.
I confess, one thing I have been tempted 1,000 times to do is to say, I don't want to alarm anyone, so never mind. They stage a fake capture of Mako, the escaped firebending convict, who is as enthused about this as he is about, well, anything really.
This is not what we rehearsed! Korra!
That'll teach him to ignore his better judgment and travel with us. It is quite a show they put on. I mean, Tenzin is ripped. And when the performance is over, a kid runs up, showing his own airbending.
All that sound good to you?
Yeah. Bossing Say, rebuilt the temple, air nomad, what do you do? I'm in. Let's go right now.
Nothing suspicious here. Let's get the kid on the ship before he changes his mind. Kai says there was no asking his parents for permission to go with them. They were killed by outlaws after bravely standing against them when their town was raided. But while the outlaws were thwarted that day, now they're chasing Kai without stopping, even a year later, which is completely believable, assuming, of course, you base your entire life on Wile E. Coyote sticking with the Roadrunner. What shakes my faith is the arrival of the supposed outlaws.
Guys, I think we got trouble.
Outlaws tend to be less... well, that. Well, there's a time to think and a time to act, and Korra hasn't really made enough room in her calendar for the first one, so she heads out and kicks the stuffing out of them. And by them, I mean the sheriff and his deputies, here to arrest the thief that's hiding on their airship. Luckily, Mako sniffed out the kid and caught him while he was trying to slip away with a sack of gold. A sack of gold he stole from the nice family that adopted him, and it wasn't like they were rich either. He took everything they had. Quite a little scamp. Well, beggars can't be choosers, and frankly, they're on their knees trying to get more airbenders, so they get permission to take Kai into their custody to take responsibility for him. We'll take a look at where this goes tomorrow.